here is a perfect union between the formal charge and resonance when developing Lewis structure for a charged molecule, in this case a negatively charged IO4. Step 1 is to develop the Lewis structure, which is in this case developing the total number of valence electrons. Take note that because we have a negative charge overall for this molecule, you're going to add one electron to the valence electrons of the I and O, in this case iodine and oxygen. Therefore, the total will be 32. Now, since iodine is less electronegative, it stays at the center and there will be bonding pairs between it and each of the oxygens around it. Therefore, using up 8 bonding electrons, all the lone pairs will be distributed to the most electronegative atom first, which is in this case oxygen, in total 24 lone electrons, and those will use up all the 32 electrons. Now we know that the general charge is -1, thus each atom in this particular molecule have the charges to be summing up to be -1. This is where formal charge comes into play, where the valence electrons minus half of the bonding electrons minus the number of lone electrons should be equal to the formal charge. For iodine, when you put the numbers in, you get +3, and for oxygen we are going to get -1, but because you have 4 of them and you add those numbers together, that gives you overall charge to be 1-. However, there is a problem here. There are too many charge in this particular molecule that is going to be summing up to be -1. So we need to reduce the number of atoms in this molecule with charges. Therefore, converting one lone pair to bonding pair between the iodine and the oxygen allows us to create 3 double bonds and 1 single bond, and this is how we are able to get this number of charges in the molecule down to just 1 atom, which is oxygen, which has a negative charge, and this here relates with the overall charge to be -1, and this here is confirmed looking at the formal charge calculations. However, this molecule here is not stable. To it to be stabilized, it needs to perform resonance, where the top and the bottom oxygens were going to be exchanging bonds, where you're going to have double bond and then single bond and vice versa, thereby distributing the charge between the 2 oxygens and making this molecule to be way more stable.